Let me start by saying good morning to each and every one of you. And for those of you who don't know, I am Robert Jones, and I have the great privilege of serving as the 10th Chancellor of the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. And I'm so honored to be starting my 8th academic year in this critically important position. Governor Pritzker, it's certainly always a great honor and pleasure to have you come back to campus to help us celebrate good news about your advocacy and certainly critically importantly, your investment in education here at the University of Illinois and around the state of Illinois. But to have you here to celebrate our first day of class adds even more excitement, I believe, to one of the biggest days of the academic year. And I think it makes your confidence in the work that we do at this university even clearer to everyone that takes the time to watch what's going on here. I also want to recognize just a few of the very special guests who are with us today. I'd like to introduce Senator Paul Veracci is here. Representative, you can applaud, yes. Representative Carol Ammons. Mayor Diane Marlin is with us, as well as County Clerk Eric Ammons. I know he's here somewhere. Good to see you, sir. Governor Pritzker, I just want to once again thank you for your strong and your unwavering support for higher education here in Illinois. You have demonstrated great commitment to accessibility and affordable education for families, and that commitment continues to open doors for new opportunities for thousands of Illinois students each and every year. All you have to do is just look around the campus today to see the enormous opportunities that are being delivered by state investment in programs like the MAP program. And I know I can't make any announcements about the number of new students or the total enrollment, but let me just say in the words of a guy, a big car salesman in the state of New York that I will never forget, it's huge. Education is the most transformative force on the planet, people, and I think you've heard me say time and time again. Of all of the civil rights that people have fought and died for hundreds, if not thousands of years, there's nothing more fundamental than the right to an education. And we consider ourselves to be very fortunate to be the flagship university of the state that is actively investing in the educational futures of our families. This state's commitment is creating the workforce for the future. And I want to say that again, the commitment that this governor and the legislature are making is really creating the workforce of the future that will power our state's leadership and the most important new sectors for the 21st century. They run the gamut from healthcare to medicine to microelectronics to quantum computing to advanced manufacturing to digital agriculture. No state is more aggressively positioning itself to be the epicenter for the future than we've seen here in the state of Illinois under Governor Pritzker's leadership. There may be no facility at this university that is at the center of all of this innovation and cutting-edge discovery than right here in the Beckman Institute, which I would like to remind everyone was made possible by state investment that funded more than 20% of the original construction cost for this facility. And now, some 30 years later, Beckman is anchored. It is the anchor to our emerging University Avenue Medical District. We've been talking about that for a number of years, folks, but slowly but surely, it will be coming to life, and this facility will be at the epicenter of all of that. It will result, we hope, someday soon in the construction of a new building that will be the home to our Revolutionary Cancer Center and ultimately a translational research facility that's critically important to bring all of this innovation that is brought to bear by our faculty and our staff and our graduate student postdocs, and to translate that into bedside cures, to better lives and better technology to improve the human condition. So this is a university that is built on the big idea of being big and bold and pushing forward bold innovation. And we're so very excited to have a governor who shares those same values. And I will go so far, not only does he share them, he advocates for them. He pushes us to think out of the box and to think about the next level of innovation and the one beyond that and the one beyond that. So, Governor, we thank you for pushing us and supporting us as we carry out the work that's critically important for the vitality of the state of Illinois and this university as its flagship research university. So with all that said, please join me in welcoming Governor J.B. Pritzker back to the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign.
Thank you so much to all of you. To Chancellor Jones, thank you for the terrific introduction, but also for the great work that you've done for so many years now to make this university one of the best in the entire nation. And I'm so proud to be governor of a state with a flagship institution like this one, with students like the ones who are entering for the first time today. I have to say I became an empty nester yesterday. When the day before yesterday, I dropped off my 18-year-old and my 20-year-old heading back to college yesterday. So my wife and I last night stared at each other. What do we do now? So now we've gone out to dinner. We went out to dinner together last night on our own. It was amazing, and we're going to do it again tonight. We got to get a little more expansive about our plans, I suppose. But anyway, but it is a great topper to all of that for me to come here this morning to say to all of the new students, welcome and thank you. And we're so excited about what is ahead for all of you. I suppose I should begin by saying ILL. ILL. There we go. Good morning, Illini. Happy first day of classes to all of you, to not just students, but faculty and everybody working here at the university. You're so important to all of us. I am thrilled to be here back on campus alongside the great leaders that are behind me and some sitting in the audience here today. I guess I'll start by acknowledging the two students that are here, Robert and Montserrat, who are so impressive, and you're going to hear from them in a little bit. We have two people that I get to work with in Springfield regularly who are leaders, and you should be so proud of who you send to represent you, in Carol Ammons, in Paul Faraci. These are two people that never fail to do the right thing, and they never fail to make sure that I know what they think I should be doing for them. And that's an important quality in somebody representing you. And of course, the mayor, thank you very much, who reminded me that we're how many feet inside of Urbana? 50. About 50 feet inside of Urbana. So I can't pick favorites. All I can say is the mayor is here. Thank you very much. And so I just want to say to our first year students, and you heard the chancellor talk about the size of incoming classes and the quality of incoming classes. Let me just say to the new students who are here, the first year students, you are an elite group. You see, across the nation, college first-year enrollment went down 2.4%, but not here in Illinois. Enrollment has gone up, and you, students, were chosen for admission to the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign from among a record-breaking number of applicants this year. So when I say you're among the elite, you really are. And we are proud to welcome you, and I assure you the quality of the education that you'll receive is the best that it's ever been. I know that you're making an investment here of time and resources to join the student body of UIUC, and it's been my mission as governor to make higher education more affordable for every Illinoisan, no matter their background, and I couldn't be prouder to say that we're doing exactly that. In the 4.5 years since I took office, our investment in the MAP grant program, that's our scholarship program that's open to anybody who is at a certain income level, that MAP grant program has increased by 75% just since I took office 4.5 years ago. And our Aim High program has nearly doubled, making it possible for students from low, moderate, and middle income families to get a degree tuition and fee-free. That's a big deal. Not every state offers that. We've also invested directly in the university, allowing U of I to do even more than ever before, expanding the Illinois Commitment Scholarship and the Illinois Promise Scholarship to guarantee 4 years of free tuition, housing, and fees for nearly 30% of the incoming class each year. That, too, is a big deal. By restoring public funding directly to our universities, we're eliminating the need for tuition hikes, so you know what to expect semester after semester as you attend school here. We've also dedicated nearly $2.8 billion of university and community college, to community college buildings and university buildings, and to infrastructure in and around these buildings across the state. $2.8 billion, $504 million of that funding goes straight to the University of Illinois. From the construction of the Math, Statistics, and Data Science Collaboration Center to maintenance on academic buildings, dorms, and dining halls, we are bringing modernization and transformation right to your doorstep. I also want to be clear to students of color and those who chose our great university in part for the diversity of thought and background that is resonant here, especially in light of the Supreme Court's harmful ruling on affirmative action. Here in the land of Lincoln, our institutions will continue to be inclusive to all students, including those who have been historically left out of or locked out of post-secondary education. That's something different about Illinois. Lots of states heard that ruling and just gave up on the idea of diversity for their universities or said, oh, they're happy about the decision that got made and will just let the chips fall where they may. That's not Illinois. To every single UIUC student, you are among the best of the best. I hope you know that. You belong here, and as your governor, I'll continue to have your back. I can't wait to see all that you will accomplish. And on that note, it's my pleasure. Yeah, we could clap. But maybe a more important thing to clap for is that it's my pleasure to introduce an outstanding senior here at UIUC, majoring in mathematics and Spanish and minoring in Latino and Latina studies. She really is an amazing example of what UIUC does for young people in Illinois and the future of our state. And her name is Montserrat Gonzalez Gutierrez. Montserrat?
Good morning. To begin, I would like to thank Governor Pritzker, elected officials, President Killeen, and Chancellor Jones for joining us this morning. My name is Montserrat Gonzalez Gutierrez, and I am a senior double majoring in mathematics and Spanish. After graduation, I plan to pursue a doctoral degree with the goal of becoming a professor of Spanish literature. However, I did not always imagine this future for myself. As the first in my family to attend university, navigating the college experience seemed nearly impossible. Thankfully, I have experienced endless support throughout my time here at the University of Illinois. For example, the MAP grant not only lessened my financial worries, but it also allowed me to solely focus on my schoolwork and become actively involved in campus. Additionally, the Office of Student Minority Affairs, often called simply OMSA, has been crucial to my success and future planning. OMSA has been invested in me since freshman year when I was assigned my success advisor, Dr. Escobar, through TRIO Student Support Services. In our meetings, I would consistently mention continuing my studies, but I never saw myself actually pursuing the graduate degree, mostly because I knew nothing about it. So I became a McNair Scholar. I was introduced to graduate school, but most importantly, I was introduced to research. Since then, I have completed 3 literary research projects and am currently exploring the intersection of literature and mathematics. These experiences ultimately motivated me to apply to PhD programs this semester. I am excited and grateful for this new venture, and once again, thank you for supporting first-generation Mexican-American students like me. Now I'd like to welcome student colleague Robert Walker Jr.
Thank you, Montserrat. Greetings to everyone gathered here today. It is an immense honor to stand before you, and I want to extend a sincere thank you to Governor Pritzker, esteemed officials, President Killeen, and Chancellor Jones for your attendance. In the heart of Illinois, my path as a first-generation African-American male embodies the profound impact of education and unwavering support. I stand humble before you, ready to share a story that encapsulates resilience, determination, and the unwavering spirit of our community. My journey began at Highland Community College in Freeport, Illinois, where the seeds of my aspirations took root. Supported by the MAP grant, my family, and mentors, I embarked on a transformative path towards a brighter future. Scholarships and the commitment of organizations dedicated to bridging educational gaps fortified my dreams. From Highland Community College, I journeyed to the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. With pride, I hold a bachelor's degree in communication and currently pursuing a master's degree in the distinguished Gies College of Business. This trajectory underscores the enduring force of determination and the invaluable support propelling me forward. Governor Pritzker and the state of Illinois stands as champions of education, nurturing an environment where dreams are cultivated. Through a diverse array of professional and leadership roles, both within and beyond campus, I've borne witness to the deep impact of education and support on personal growth and community contributions. My academic journey has been marked by dedication, profound learning, and the support of university resources. This transformative experience has nurtured not only my professional capabilities, but also my personal growth, shaping me into the individual I stand before you. In closing, my deepest gratitude goes to those who've guided me along this path. Together we form a united force, carving a future where the horizons of education stretch far beyond the norm. Let us stand in unwavering unity, propelling towards a brighter future, a future that holds a promise not just for me, but for every first generation student. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce Senator Paul Faraci.
How about another round of applause for our students? They are really something. I might ask them to maybe give me some pointers on giving speeches. Well, they were really good. So good morning. I'm so thankful to be here at Beckman Institute with all of you, and thank you, Governor Pritzker, for joining us today. Really appreciate that. I'd like to take a minute to acknowledge the importance of where we are standing right here today. If we look around us, you can see the first MRIs developed from pivotal research done here at the University of Illinois in the 1940s and 1950s. A few hundred yards from here, we honor the inventor who created the LED in the 1960s. 200 feet from here, you can actually see one of the first prototypes of a Tesla just next door at the ECE building. Around the corner was where our world changed forever with the creation of the first graphical web browser, the Mosaic. Just next door at the CSL building, research has led to advances in areas of aeronautics and wireless communications, along with a center dedicated to cultivating entrepreneurship. There are countless additional stories about groundbreaking innovations on the University of Illinois campus. But what I find most inspiring is the current and future generations are using their success to iterate and enhance solution for real-world problems. All students, regardless of backgrounds, deserve access and exposure to advancements our campus community is making. I'm proud to serve along with other dedicated public servants like Representative Ammons and Governor Pritzker, who are committed to increasing access and opportunity from traditional underrepresented communities. Thanks to their dedication, we'll be able to provide unprecedented support to our youth. The $100 million increase to the MAP program allows for many more community colleges, college students, and public university students at or below medium income levels to have their tuition and fees covered through MAP and Pell Grants. A $15 million increase for the AIM High program will provide merit-based financial aid to first-time, full-time undergrads who are Illinois residents attending any of the Illinois four-year institutions. With this long overdue increase in financial resources, we are a few steps closer to ensuring all students can pursue higher education with less debt, allowing them to focus on continuing the storied tradition of innovation at places just like the University of Illinois and playing a pivotal role in making our world a better place. Welcome to the University of Illinois, all of our college students. Thank you very much. It is my honor to introduce Representative Carol Ammons.
Thank you and good morning. To the governor, we thank you for coming back again and again and again and again, which signals how important it is that the University of Illinois welcomes our governor here and that all the work that we do in Springfield is really to make these days happen. We are so honored to be with you all this morning. I wrote a little bit of a speech that I was giving to my granddaughter who's sick, so I apologize to my students, but I think it fits. I think it fits. The governor made a statement in his speech that he talked about you're among the elite, those who have been selected to attend the University of Illinois. That is a very privileged position. There's nothing wrong with privilege. I don't want anybody to think there's something wrong with the word privilege. But that privilege has to be defined by something, which is purpose. So I told my granddaughter, who's 6, she's going to kindergarten. She's all excited. Oh, she's actually going to first grade. She's going to get me for that one. She told me I'm going to first grade. But the Webster Dictionary online explains the purpose and defines reason for us, why we exist. They said purpose is the reason for which something is done or created or for something to exist. All of the things that the governor mentioned and certainly Senator Forbes mentioned about the investments that we've put into the University of Illinois and higher education overall defines why we exist. The definition made me understand the pursuit of purpose is the objective for any student. Every one of you have come here for a particular reason. To answer the question that I believe is essential to create a world that we really want is to make sure that that purpose includes the defining moment of why we have to make sure that there's level education for all of our children. That we want to get away from a society that builds itself based on inequality, based on certain experiences of some people, eliminating others, creating injustice and abuses against LGBTQ plus individuals in our community. But we won't have that at U of I. That's the reason. That's the reason why we are here. Why we are sending this message that I share with my granddaughter so she goes to school to understand. She's not at U of I yet, but she will be. And she needs to understand the purpose, the reason, the why. So I chose to share the same thing with her that I share with you two. That we all, from kindergarten, learn to pledge allegiance, and we understand the power of those words. And at the General Assembly, every time we say the Pledge of Allegiance, we all close with a very loud, Representative Ford, with liberty and justice for all. And we say it on the House floor very loudly because we believe in it. We believe in liberty and justice for all. We want our students to believe in it. We want them to come to this university with that as the purpose and principle, for liberty and justice for all, to solve the problems of the world. That's what Beckman is all about. For us to understand that we can actually solve cancer problems. We can help our society and humanity grow from where we are. Liberty, the power of choice. The whole, the quantity of which we provide for all of our students. As much as possible, students, speak up. Where someone's not present, invite them into the room. Every chance that you get, every member of society is possible to be a solution and problem solver. The whole is needed to be present. And so I said to my granddaughter, who's only 6, I said to her, it is important that you understand that your friends want to play too. Don't take all the toys for yourself. Don't leave someone else in the corner alone. Talk to that person that may come from a different background than you, but you have something in common because you are both in the same school. The school of purpose is the school that I told my daughter, my granddaughter, my son, my grandson, all of us are exercising. We have fun. All work and no play is no fun. We're here for 2 reasons and 2 reasons alone: to experience the purpose for which the Creator has created every one of us. So every student who may see this message, today is your first day. I don't want today to be your last day, because some people turn around as soon as they get to the class. No, today is the first day, and it will be a challenge. There will be some difficulties. There will be some roads you have to traverse you may not have experienced before. It's okay. It's okay. You can do it. And on the last day, when we all celebrate you all leaving Champaign-Urbana because the traffic will be better, we want you to know that we want you to come back. Don't leave, and don't cheat yourself out of your purpose. You exist today for the career path that you've chosen, and hoping that that career path will make a better, brighter future for all of us. I will do this last little commercial break, because I have to. I have had over 130 students, undergraduate students, in my office. And we have worked with those students where they are and helped them develop and clarify their purpose. Why are they here, and what do they want to do? We help them through that process in our internship. They learn government and how to write bills and legislation and what does this mean, and how to use their expertise to help me make the right decision. We hope that they find their purpose on this first day and on the last day of school here at the University of Illinois. And I hope during that little break there, first day, last day, come and check us out. Look me up, staterepcarolammons.com, commercial break, and you can certainly come into my office, and we are happy to have you define and clarify your purpose. With that, it's my distinct honor and privilege to bring our governor back to the podium to answer any questions that you may have. And beyond all doubts, we are here for a specific reason and purpose, and it will be manifest. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.
I swear I thought you were going to start singing the Eagles song, "You Can Check Out, but You Can Never Leave." Champaign-Urbana. Happy to take any questions from members of the media.
Governor,
Yes, sir.
you've been speaking about what you've been able to do financially for really one of the most prosperous universities in the state university system. What do you see ahead for some of the other state schools which are facing more difficult financial challenges?
Well, the great news is that we significantly increased funding for all of our universities, actually at the same percentage rate for all the universities. And the MAP grants, too, are available to students at every one of our universities, as well as our community colleges across the state. And that's something a little bit new. We tried to reorient MAP grants to make sure that community college students have as much access as four-year university students do. Because it's also true these days that many kids will, I say kids, but of any age go to a community college for the first 2 years and then want to transfer to a 4-year university. So it's good for our universities, it's good for our community colleges to have MAP grants readily available. We also increased the direct funding for community colleges. So all the way around, we've been focusing on lifting up every one of those great institutions. I should add that it still isn't enough. If you look back in the history of Illinois, although we've done quite a lot over the last 4.5 years, if you go back 24 years, we were doing much better back in the year 2000, 2001, 2002 at funding our universities from the state government. And not so on MAP grants. MAP grants are really bigger than they've ever been before, but direct funding for universities. So I'm proud of the work that we're doing, but our work's not over yet.
Do you see a path back to the funding picture that state universities enjoyed a quarter century or more ago?
We're making progress every year. I mean, it's hard for me to see, exactly where we'll be from a budget perspective several years hence, and the ability to get us exactly back where we were. What I can say is if you look at the curve, it is absolutely heading in the right direction, and I would hope that we would be able to restore even more funding to 4-year universities across the state.
If I can ask a question off topic.
Sure.
And that's on your veto of the bill that would have ended the moratorium on nuclear power plant construction. You seem to be, you had a difficulty with a certain word they used. And I know some Republican lawmakers are already talking about an override. Do you think an override is likely? And if not, do you think that you would sign an amended version of the bill?
I would sign an amended version of the bill. Let me be clear. I thought I was clear in my veto message, and I want to make clear to everybody here and anybody listening. This is not that I wanted to veto the entire bill. I have the mandatory veto capability. The problem is the bill was written in such a way that you literally couldn't cross out words to make it do what it should have done and what it was originally intended to do, which is to make small modular reactors available for use in the state of Illinois. Right now, we have a moratorium on any kind of nuclear reactor. And there is purpose behind that came, 35 years ago, which is we have more nuclear reactors in the state than any other state in the country already. Small modular reactors are very beneficial once they're ready, because they're not ready for prime time yet, but they are being developed, and they do seem to work very well, and they do seem to be safe, but there are going to be several years of testing yet ahead. But here's what it can do. It can allow a large manufacturer to build a plant and not have to worry that the power lines are 10 miles away and the cost of drawing the power to the site. Now you can actually put an SMR on the site that is just big enough to power that manufacturing facility. Think about the jobs that we could create if the technology proves to be safe and to work properly, and so far it does. Again, I wanted to relieve the problem of the moratorium so that we could bring SMRs to Illinois when they're available. Again, that's what I wanted to have this bill do, and that's what this bill was written to do until it was amended at the end of the process. And as you know, in the last week, things go very quickly. In the last couple of weeks, I should look at the legislators, and sometimes I think that it isn't known to every legislator that an amendment actually made a major change, not just a minor change. And so I believe that my veto will not be overridden. And I believe strongly that we should bring small modular reactors to Illinois. Great. Thank you very much.